New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
800-223-9797. Simple question from Rosenberg regarding Kanye West.
What, do you care?
Yes.
Are we the only ones who care this much? Or are you just like, I just want the music. It doesn't matter.
Now, Laura said the most poignant thing right before we opened the microphones, which is Kanye is talking about things that don't affect him.
They do not. Let's be honest. None of these things affect him. He lives in a bubble where it's like none of us could really understand. All he's surrounded by is the Kardashians and a bunch of yes men and the fashion world and this. He doesn't understand what's happening in the streets, what's happening when it comes to protests. None of that. It's like when Lil Wayne said that racism doesn't exist because it didn't happen to him. Well, you've been rich and famous since you were how low? 12 years old?
Yes. Well
10
said.
years old? So when people see you, they don't look at you as an average black man. You're a rapper, a rich rapper. They're like, oh, there's that rapper, that Lil Wayne.
It's a great point, Laura. And to Ebro, then to get into your point, it shows that Kanye doesn't appreciate the danger of the things he was tweeting about yesterday.
Right. And so I put up an IG post that was Beyonce looking amazing at Coachella, right? And my caption was, nothing even matters when we have this. Does anything else really matter when you have this?
And just Beyonce being amazing.
And it was just Beyonce walking, looking amazing.
Yes.
And then I put note, now we know why they don't do play dates.
Which is a very subtle jab saying, now I know why the Carters don't hang out with the West.
Right, and this is during Kanye's tweeting about this lady who's a conservative, I guess I'll call her outspoken
pundit, whatever she is.
Whatever she is. And a friend of Kanye West left a comment and added me and said, you actually don't know. And so I called him back. And I said, I saw your little slick comment. If you had something to say, why you didn't just call me?
Say it.
Call me.
You got to call me, bro.
Why don't you just call
Don't
me?
send your killers for me. Call me, bro.
So we started to go back and forth. And he's like, well, that's my friend. And I was like, well, your friend's a celebrity, so I'm allowed to have an opinion on your celebrity friend and somebody that I've known a long time making controversial public comments. I could be off base, that's fine. And so we started going in the background. Kanye West comes screaming in.
You can hear him in the...
And it ain't no Ralph, though.
And he's like, Ebro, we just don't want to be out here acting like niggas.
That's what...
That was the first thing out of his mouth.
What does that mean?
And I was like, well, you are acting like a nigga, though. Because you're talking about things you don't understand. And you're playing with things that people have died for and are still dying and crying out about. This Candace lady telling Black Lives Matter people that they're whiners, she doesn't know the neighborhoods these people come from.
Absolutely not. You're talking to mothers, people who have lost family members, sons, daughters. Are you kidding me?
And so you're just playing around. He was like, well, that's what I want to have. I want to have open dialogue. I said, Kanye, the conversation's been open, bro. You're just not a part of it. And you're just chiming in right now because you got an album coming out.
See, now we're talking. That's facts.
Well, I just don't want to be not able to say the things that I think. There's a lot of things that I feel and I just want to say them, and I'm using my platform to say them. I said, look, that's fair.
Okay.
But finish the thought. Don't just have these open-ended conversations and expect people to follow along and not be emotional about it.
Random loose tweets like, I like the way she thinks.
And he went on to say, well, look, I was going to tweet and give some context, but I felt, you know what? Let me just take this heat right now. This is Kanye talking. Let me just take this heat right now. And maybe people will understand when I put the music out. So I was like, oh, so once again, you're using it for promo. So we went back and forth about a number of things. I told him I thought he was cooning for cash. Being in the lobby at Trump's house, I thought that was a coon move.
A new game we're starting here on Friday.
Cooning for cash. And he was like, why? You think I'm going to make more money because I'm saying the things that I'm saying? I said, yes. Because the bankers and the executives and the right-wing folks and that audience that wants to see a black man say these things to separate himself from other black people will celebrate that.
And how about that audience that made Roseanne the biggest thing on television?
Facts.
That pro-Trump right-wing talk is making people money.
So I'm going to run through a couple of points of our conversation that went on for probably 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. It's long. I didn't realize it was this long conversation. Okay.
Kanye wants to deprogram people. That's his ultimate goal, is to have people think differently than we've thought before.
Because, thank you, Kanye. And we need that.
The only reason he likes this Candace lady is because she's challenging conventional black thought.
Okay. These are things that he said.
He went on to talk about nobody really showed love for me when I was addicted to opioids and in the hospital. I said, you're a liar. I said, I know people who personally reached out to Pusha and anybody they could, Scooter Braun, and anybody close to you to come to your aid. People love you, bro. And people want to love you. Then he went on to talk about demonization. He feels like he's been demonized. And how, as a society, we demonize individuals who are trying to speak out and challenge conventional thought. We demonize them for trying to think different, when really they're just trying to continue to make progress. So I think we're going to hear a lot more about that specific thing. And multiple times through the conversation, he said, I just want to lead with love. I just want to be about love. And I said, you're a liar.
You're a liar.
Because the people you're aligning yourself with aren't leading with love.
No. Nor were the thoughts that he was tweeting about this weekend. They did the opposite of love. It really got people angry and upset. Myself included. I read those tweets and got upset. That wasn't leading with love at all.
Then he said, I do love Donald Trump.
He said that.
Kanye West, quote, I love Donald Trump.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. People are saying that he's been saying he loves Donald Trump.
Yes.
And he said it.
I love Donald Trump.
Wow. That's a new t-shirt for you with the I love Donald Trump dash Kanye West.
So the challenge that we're going to take calls from the people right now, I guess, Rosenberg said, do y'all even care or do you just want the music? And now we talked earlier on the program where I was struggling all weekend because I'm a Kanye West fan. I am a fan of Kanye West music, and I've known him since before he put out his first record.
And I think that's why it's hard for everyone to hear him co-sign people like Candace Owens, because we love him, and the fact that he's co-signing, to me it feels like he's co-signing hate, and that's just me.
Well, by the way, though,
that's why it hurts. That's why you're like, what?
The reason I think the Trump thing is particularly interesting is not because I don't want to live in a world where it's like communist Russia. When you find out someone has a belief, we all point at them and go get them. I don't, even though we disagree with Donald Trump, I'm not saying that. But if we're spending all weekend going, how could he say this about Candace Owens? Well, when you find out he's been running around telling people he loves Donald Trump, that gives you a lot of context to where he is right now. Maybe that's just who he is.
And you think about who Kanye's been the entire time. Selfish, trolly, materialistic. Did I say selfish?
Yes.
I said selfish.
You said yes. And selfish.
And selfish.
And self-important also.
And self-important.
Other people's views don't mean as much. He comes out and says that there are millions of you, there's only 1,000 of you, there's only one of me. That's how he sees the world. Kanye West he does inflate his value over other humans. That's something he's always done.
I challenged him and I said, man, the problem is you live in a bubble in Calabasas, California, around a lot of rich people, and it's rubbed off on you because you're not in touch. And he was like, how am I not in touch? Nobody's fixing what's going on in Chicago. I was like, no, there's a lot of people. I said, have you talked to G Herbo, Lil Bibby?
Chance?
Lil Durk, Chance, and people who are still doing work in Chicago lately?
Have you talked to Common?
Have you talked to your friend Common? Great point.
Hello.
I didn't say that, but that's a great point. He was like, well, I reached out to Obama for years and I couldn't get anything done. And Trump gave me a meeting. I said, Trump played you, bro. Trump didn't give you a real meeting. You met at his home in New York City. A real meeting would have meant you would have went on that White House schedule and you would have went up to his new job and his new office and had a real meeting on his job on that time. Oh, well, he's busy and this and that. He's too busy? He's too busy? You sure?
So,
you sure he's too busy?
Do you think, also, a couple things to note. I believe, and this is nothing but hunch, I believe, knowing what his ego's like, Kanye's still mad at Obama for calling him a jackass all those years ago.
Could be.
I believe that. And Trump didn't call him a jackass. Trump gave him time, or so he saw it. You and I saw it as him being just like
Steve Harvey got played, Kanye got played, Jim Brown got played.
He was just in that. We saw what it was. He thought he got time, whereas Obama thought he was a jackass. Well, guess what? Guess whose opinion I trust more than Donald Trump? Barack Obama. And I love you, Kanye West. I really do. I don't care what you say. I will love your music and what you've given to hip-hop. Obama was right. You are a jackass. And you showed it again this weekend.
Kendall in Brooklyn. Does all this Kanye West tweeting nonsense even matter to you?
Yeah, it matters to me for a good reason. Like, to go back to what I said earlier, it's important. It's more than just about, you got the freedom to make your choices. Nah, this is good to lead with, bro. Like, you can't make all those albums you was making in the beginning, giving it, you know what I mean, Jesus Walks, crack music and all that, and then you're going to support the man who supported Charlottesville? Like, that don't make no sense. This is just chaos for chaos sake, bro.
That's a good point.
That's a really good way of saying
chaos for chaos sake. Christian in Queens.
Hey.
Do you even care about all this Kanye West tweeting, or do you just want the music?
At first, I didn't care. I just wanted the music because I'm a huge Kanye fan. But right now, he's stepping into dangerous territory. Like, he's being naive. Like, Fox has an agenda, and they use famous, naive black people to help push this agenda. The idiots like this sheriff and Stacey Dash and this new idiot, Candace Owens.
Well said.
They're all idiots that they use to push the agenda to appease the white people that don't want to mess with our views.
You know, when
Kanye's just falling into that trap.
When I hit Kanye with, yo, check this out. Donald Trump aligns himself with people who want to see the demise of black and brown people all the way to the womb, bro. To the womb. He was silent. And to that caller's point, Kanye's tampering with things for the sake of album promo that go far beyond music. And that's the dangerous part. That when you have been, look, Kanye, while I know he has cousins and his father struggled with drugs, his mother was an accomplished educator.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So, you know, while there is struggle in Kanye's past, and obviously he's from Chicago, there is struggle there. There's also some affluence to a degree.
He's a well-educated middle-class kid whose mom worked hard to put him in a good spot, send him to college, etc.
And so this Candace lady, same thing. When you look up her resume, people get so out of touch with poor black and brown people in this country, and they think that their experience applies. And it's not that simple. And we have a lot of conversation up here about nuanced conversation, like really being able to unpack all of the degrees. When you see people in the streets screaming at the top of their lungs, "My life matters, don't kill me," and your first response is, "You're a whiner?" I can't have a conversation with you. There's no talk. There's nothing for us to talk about. You are so out of touch. And that's the pain with what Kanye's doing. That's where the people really felt the knife turn over the weekend. And Kanye, he's gonna put out some music. It may happen this week. He was mixing something in the studio. He knows that the conversation is hot right now. And Kanye was talking about, look, man, I just want people to have open dialogue. And I'm like, Kanye, the dialogue's been open. You're not here, fam. You're in Calabasas with your wife and kids, hanging around people who don't look like you. In a bubble in La La Land. There was a movie about it.
Didn't Caitlyn Jenner also vote Trump?
Yes.
And go hang with Trump at some point?
Yes, and later was very disappointed.
Right. But still is a Trump person,
Yes.
right? Got it.
Yep.
I'm just keeping track.